Hey guys, Josh here with Real Dead. And today I'm going to be ranking all all 10 Saw movies. And yes, I am including Spiral because it's a book of Saw. So it doesn't go along with the main storyline, but I want to include it because it is part of the Saw universe. So for me, this past week, I was ill. I was home. So I ended up watching every Saw movie 1 through 9. And then I watched Saw X today. So I'm actually recording this today. I watched Saw X. So I'm going to go from 10, so the worst, in my opinion, to the best. So, in my opinion, the absolute worst Saw movie in the franchise is Saw the Final Chapter or Saw 3D. It really looks and feels like they took a big step down in production and the special effects and the acting by several of the members of the cast. Hoffman was good, of course. Mark Hoffman, who is the antagonist in this. He was good, of course. But besides that, I'm trying to think. The traps in it were decent. But for the most part, no. I'd say Saw, the Final Chapter, was the worst installment, in my opinion. Next up is Jigsaw, which is a half prequel and a not. So like half of it takes place, it shows you what happened before the events of Saw 1, and then it plays out after 2, of course. So to me, I didn't like this Apprentice because this introduces a brand new John Kramer's apprentice. It's like, how many apprentices does John Kramer have here? And it does explain why he hasn't been active during Saw 1 through 7 or 8 or whatever it is. It does explain that. But for me, this movie I saw this in the theater. It just wasn't great. And there are some questions that need to be answered about this movie. Like, who was the person that was in the car that picked up this girl that was the alibi? Like, who is this? I don't know. It looked like she recognized this person. Was it Hoffman? It could have been Hoffman. I don't know. So it's like, hey, maybe we need some more to know about that. So I'm going to say Jigsaw is number 9. Number 8 is Spiral. I watched Spiral. I enjoyed Spiral for what it was. Is it a Saw movie? I guess because it's got traps and it's got a twist about who you think the killer is. Though I think it is easier to figure out who the killer is here. And it makes sense. And they were going back after all crooked cops in this movie. Like I said, it had a new puppet. It had Chris Rock was funny in it. I thought he was pretty good. But for me, it's not super high on the list, but it's not a bad movie, Spiral. So it gets number 8. Number 7 is Saw 5. For me, Saw 5 is a lot of filler. It's a lot of flashbacks. It's a lot of filler. It doesn't add a ton of new, but I like it. I definitely like it. So Saw 5. Number 6 is Saw 4. Saw 4 happens, of course, right after Saw 3. And we get to see a lot of what happens, like who's taking the reins of the new Jigsaw killer. You learn all this, and it's good. I like it. It's good in the series. For me, Saw 3 is number 5. Number 5 is Saw 3 in my ranking. I remember watching that in theater and really liking it, but after going back and watching it, I really didn't like the tests. It has one of the grossest things where these pigs cover this guy when they're getting grinded up, and it's sick. I didn't really care for the test. I did like the storyline with the doctor and the doctor that was supposed to help John survive longer, and the stuff with Amanda. But a lot more of that makes sense in later movies. They fill you in more. So for me, this is number 5. Number 4 is Saw 6. I thought Saw 6 is solid, man. I really enjoyed Saw 6. It filled in a lot of things that you needed to know from Saw 3, 4, and 5, in my opinion. And it's just solid. And Hoffman is a good Jigsaw replacement. He goes off the rails a little bit, but he's a good replacement. Number 3 is Saw X. Yes, the newest installment for me is the number 3rd best movie in the Saw franchise. I really like the story. I like the traps. And it lets you in on more on John Kramer and Amanda's relationship, and really deep dives into John Kramer, which I really like. Let's get more Tobin Bell. Because as the franchise went on, you got less and less and less of Tobin Bell. So yeah, Saw X is number 3. Number 2 is Saw 2. Still a great, I think it's a really good sequel to Saw 1. And you get to know that Amanda is Jigsaw's apprentice. And it's really good, in my opinion. So Saw 2 is number 2. And of course, Saw 1 is number 1. In my opinion, it still holds up. Yes, I know it's low budget, but it's everything that goes along with it. And it started this franchise. It is number 1. The twist at the end, when John Kramer gets up off the floor and you realize he is Jigsaw, and game over. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So that's my ranking. Let me know what you would rank the Saw movies, and let me know what you think of my ranking. Like, comment, subscribe to Real Dead. Josh, signing out. Bye.